What's up, guys? And today I'm gonna be talking about a topic that has been lingering around in my head, and it's the topic of how the game overall feels, and the argument that it's a little bit of an argument of how high level players and lower level players in DMC are arguing about the game of DMC5. Now, I just want to go out and say that I was having a little bit of a tangent with this guy on Twitter about how DMC5 is, and how, the game isn't that great. The game is alright, the game is okay. It isn't the greatest Devil May Cry, I was saying to this guy on Twitter. I was in like a huge Twitter feed with this guy that commented, and he said, the game has problems. I was saying the game has problems, but the guy was saying the game is great, the game is super successful. But who gives a fuck about how successful the game was? The overall feel of the game is not better than previous entries that I was telling this guy. And he was going on about, well, it doesn't matter what you think. Not every low-level player can do this inertia crap and, guard fly and shit. No, not everyone could do that, man. I'm sorry I'm giving him that stereotypical surfer dude voice, but that's all I can come up with. But anyways, yeah, I was having a topic with this guy, and my counter claim to this was, well, I'm imagine I'm the devs, so we're gonna make a Devil May Cry 5. Let's not worry about, let's not worry about how we can creatively have the player have fun making combos or look fucking cool, which is the whole point of Devil May Cry. If you ever fucking check the meter in Devil May Cry, that style meter that you use to fucking gain points and shit while you're kicking enemies' asses? Yeah. Let's just not do that. Let's just add some crazy bullshit, not think too much about that. Now, I was watching recently, I watched recently this video of this guy talking about Dante's flaws. He made a video of this guy that I noticed. I caught it on Twitter. This guy, he made a video about Dante and his flaws. I checked it out. It was in his Twitter feed. I checked it out on my feed. I was like, somebody made a video about Dante's flaws, let me check it out. And he basically was going over how, overall, Dante's moves feel a little bit slow. His stinger feels slower. How it auto-corrects when you end up on another side, depending on how you launch the enemy. Which is pretty neat, actually, and I was trying it out earlier today. The autocorrect stinger. And how some of his moves feel a little bit redundant, and I agreed. But the other guy, the guy I had a tangent with, he was in the feed of this tweet that this guy made that made the Dante video. I don't know if I'm being a little bit confusing, but anyways, the tangent I had with the guy that's saying inertia or whatever tech is too advanced, and beginners don't really give a shit about that, man. I was telling him, well, that's just annoying fucking basic game design. It's fucking stupid to ignore simple shit like that. Of course you want to understand, you want the game to feel good. Obviously, weapons like, having a slower weapon like Cavalier, okay, whatever. I can accept it, but it does feel a little bit repetitive using that weapon, because like the guy in the video who made that Dante video of him going over his flaws, he was going over how when you hit every single hit of Cavalier pretty much staggers the enemy. It just like stuns them. The weapon looks amazing. Yeah, and I do agree that the weapon for Dante Cavalier makes complete sense, because if you play Devil May Cry 3, you know that Dante in a fucking cutscene uses fucking a bike. Fucking, he takes apart Lady's fucking bike in the cutscene and uses that. Well, he doesn't take it apart, but he fucking has the strength to use it on his arms and use it as a fucking nunchuck, and it explodes on his shoulders, and he's completely fine with it. But anyways, it makes complete sense in Devil May Cry 5 from 3 to 5 that he'd have a bike that he'd be able to use as a weapon. It makes complete fucking sense. And ride on it. Now, it doesn't make sense to me that he's not able to completely ride on it, at least for a certain period of time, or just ride it like it's a mode. Like, you know how there's stances for Balrog? You know, maybe they could have made a stance that, or a mode that Dante rides the bike for however, whenever he wants, you know? But, you know, they didn't do that. They didn't think too much of it. But I did agree with the guy that made that Dante Flaw video, that Balrog and Cavalier felt a bit, you know, repetitive. And I agree with that. And he was also going on about how Sin Devil Trigger felt pretty good, but how it felt a little bit like it didn't belong to Dante as a character. I'm gonna link his video in the comments of this video. Yeah, that I'll be uploading. But anyways, that's all I want to talk about for today, guys. It's a weird fucking topic that some low-level players have, and how the overall feel of the game, you know, this tech shit, you know, just stop it. I can complain about how the game feels if I want. If I don't dig how the game feels, I'm gonna go on about it, you know. Simplifying something like fucking jump canceling is crucial, because guess what? It minimizes the fucking reward, or how it feels to do that shit. You know how hard that shit was in fucking Devil May Cry 4? You were literally fighting to be in the air, man. And you know, in 5, you know, look, I'm gonna just do this real quick. In 5, I don't even have to fight in the air. I live in the air, baby. I fucking live here. You catch my meaning? I can be up here all day. It don't matter. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about for today, guys. I'm gonna leave the YouTube video of that guy who made that Dante Flood video in the comments. But I'll catch y'all later. Peace.